Have to go to the polls and decide whether we should impeach this chief. He has to die before you choose another chief. But in the case of a political process, this overlap and then the ubiquity of elections every now and then always creates that atmosphere of intimidation and fear and uncertainty at the end of the day. But that shouldn't be the case. That is where I think CSOs, civil society organizations, CODEO, and all the think tanks in this country should assume an nonpartisan posture in creating the needed awareness. Elections should not be a make or break kind of process.
But it appears it is in Ghana. And I want to go back a little bit to a point you made about money. So money plays a role, the increasing monetization of elections in Ghana and all around West Africa. And money is used to what? To buy votes, to buy ammunition, and to take part in other illicit activities. Now, it's not just in Ghana. I mean, in France, Sarkozy's government was fined after it was found that
Libya, Gaddafi actually gave some money.
He received money from Gaddafi. Is the way to go making campaign budgets open so that we know exactly how much money has been pumped into an election? Is that the way to go in Ghana?
There are some sticking points that need to be looked at in a multi-party democracy. In Africa, people have always kicked against the declaration of assets before elections and the fact that we need to put a cap on how much every political party can spend in any given election. I believe that is the way to go. The MPP raises funds. As we speak, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has flown to the UK. He's going to spend some 3 weeks there. Certainly, his stay there is going to be interlaced or interspersed by some fundraiser or another. The NDC is also doing the same.
Do you think there needs to be financial regulations
which
tell you declare how much you have raised, and there should be a cap on how much you spend on elections?
That is quite overdue. Look, we always talk about Pan-Africanism and the fact that there is new colonialism taking place. You go to the polls, you elect Nana Addo or His Excellency Dramani Mahama as leader, but someone in Europe determines the kind of policies these leaders bring to the table. We know the role Germany plays in Ghana's internal elections. We know the role the UK plays. We know the role the United States plays in our elections. And in the US, when a certain party wins, then invariably there is going to be a correlational win for a party that is seen to have some form of allegiance to that American party. So therefore, for as long as there is no cap on how much you can raise, how much you can expend in your campaigns during an election, people will try to glean money from all sources, whether legitimately or illegitimately. And there have even been cases where drug barons have been seen to be funding political parties in Ghana and elsewhere within the sub-region. So it's a cause for concern. I think if we put national interest ahead of our parochial partisan interest, everybody would want to serve in government because of the passion to service people. In Greece, for example, there is a heated debate about the bailout they are going to enjoy from the Eurozone. The finance minister, who goes to work on a motorbike, said he wouldn't want any further austerity measures placed on his people. So they kicked against it in a referendum. That is the spirit we should have in sub-Saharan Africa, so that money does not become the determining factor in electing who becomes the leader and electing and determining the trajectory of policies that will be implemented by any party. There are places where a good manifesto, without necessarily doling out money in envelopes, wins people elections. So therefore, I think that is the way to go. And this partisan clientele and patronage, we should go over it. The fact that certain ethnic groups, come what may, will vote a certain way. Akans will always go for the MPP. Evers and Northerners will always go for the NDC. I think we should go above self-reproach and elect people not because of their geographical location or tribal inclinations, but because of the content of their character and then the content of the manifestos they present to us as electorate. So I agree with you entirely. There needs to be checks and balances on how much you raise, where you raise your funds, and how you expend those funds in election campaigns.
This is Star 103.5 FM. We're looking at threats to security and preventing threats to our elections. My guest is International Relations and Security Analyst Irbad Ibrahim, and your text number is 0262 518 268. Stay with us.